The UK Prime Minister Theresa May is reportedly preparing to write to EU leaders requesting a short and long delay after her Brexit plans suffered another setback. The Speaker of the lower house of the British Parliament ruled that she can only hold a third vote on her deal to leave the EU if it's fundamentally different from before. May's deal has already been rejected twice by MPs, and Speaker John Bercow says he won't allow another vote unless substantial changes are made. The European Commission says May must inform them about the next steps by Thursday. Well, we have two reporters covering this story for us. Hoda Abdelhamid is in Brussels, where European ministers are meeting. We'll speak to her in just a moment, but first to Laurence Lee in London for us. So, Laurence, is there any idea what Theresa May's plans are going forward?
Well, since this morning's apparently very angry and chaotic cabinet meeting, things have gone deathly quiet here, but there's no reportedly about it. Theresa May's official spokesman said that she is writing to Donald Tusk, the European Council President, to ask for a delay. But what he wouldn't say, and no one quite appears to know, is the letter going to be delivered today or tomorrow? And what sort of delay is she going to ask for? There are two general theories doing the rounds. One is that she might ask for a simple delay, possibly up to 90 days, something of that sort, which would plainly only be with a view to try to force her deal through at the last minute and before European elections. Or the alternative idea is that she might ask for two delays, one a short one to try to get a deal through, and if that can't work, then potentially something up to 2 years, which would either render Brexit, basically almost impossible to deliver, or in some much softer form than exists at the moment. And clearly, if it was a very long delay, anything, frankly, is possible, isn't it, between now and then? There could be another election. She'd almost certainly stand down as Prime Minister at some point. There could be another referendum. Any of those things are possible. But at the moment, nobody's quite clear what her plan is. What her thinking is on the assumption that the EU does grant some sort of delay, that would then come back in the days right up to the planned leave date of March 29th for a final vote in Parliament, where Parliament would have to decide whether to go for delay or alternatively either abandon Brexit completely or suffer no deal, which clearly neither the UK Parliament nor the European Union wants. So all of these things are up in the air, but there is a profound sense of chaos now inside British government.
All right, Laurence, thank you for that. Let's get the view now from Brussels, where European Union leaders are meeting. Hoda Abdelhamid is there for us. Hoda, as we heard there, no clear plan, no strategy from the UK. What do the European leaders there make of all this?
But I think they're trying to make sense about the chaos that is ongoing, as Laurence just said. Now, they are having their own meetings. There was an EU ministers meeting that we presume has wrapped up, simply because just moments ago, the chief EU negotiator, Michel Barnier, has come out and said, well, okay, we need to understand what is, if we talk about delay, what is it for exactly? Are we talking about having a new plan altogether, or are we talking about changing some aspects of the current agreement? At the same time, we also had the head of the EU Council, who's been going around some of the European capitals. He was in Berlin, he was in Paris, and then he was earlier today in Dublin. And we're hearing exactly the same message. They say, okay, we won't take a decision. They're not really giving any kind of indication whether yes or no they will agree to a delay. What they are saying is that we first want to hear from Theresa May what is the purpose of a delay, and then they will decide if they will grant that a delay or not.
Thank you for that. Hoda Abdelhamid, live for us in Brussels.